Well, as you saw me hobbling in, you know that I hurt my ankle. So I'm going to be sitting at my desk today. You'll need to come up to me to get things or come up to me to drop things off. If you could help me out that way, I would appreciate it. Today is pronunciation day. It's actually pronunciation week. But today we're going to start with ED endings. This is an area that some of you have struggled with, so I felt that it would be a good place to start. And it's kind of confusing, but once you get the hang of it, I think you'll find it very easy, and I don't think you'll forget after that. So what we'll be doing today is using our textbook. In fact, everybody, the Understanding and Teaching the Pronunciation of English textbook, if you could all take your books out. Great. Turn to page 64. Just hold on to that. Good. We'll be using that. I'm going to show you an excellent pronunciation video of a gentleman who just explains it perfectly. And so that'll, on top of the textbook and him, I think you'll have a really good idea. The last part of class, you will be taking a quiz on this. It's on our English Maven site. You'll go to where I tell you to go on the site, and there are 4 exercises. Each exercise has 10 questions, so it'll probably take you about 20 minutes to do. Excuse me, so I'll leave time for that at the end. And then you will be taking home a pronunciation exercises packet. You'll have one of these every day on pronunciation, on different pronunciations. It's several pages, but it's pretty simple and quick to go through. You will do that at home, and you'll bring it back tomorrow so that I can grade them. And this will tell me that you understood what we did in class today. Okay, so let's take out our textbooks. Turn to page 64. It's chapter 6, right? Chapter 6. Okay, so I'll look at some words here. Start with something simple and make it more complex as we go. Okay, so okay, how do you pronounce that? Chatted, right? Chatted, very good. Cried. Yep, cried. Everyone pronounced that correct. So chatted, ED sound, cried, hard D sound. You don't hear the E. So chatted, you hear the ED. Cried, you just hear the D. Okay. Now this is when it gets tricky. This is an area that many of you struggle with. Even my online Chinese students struggle with this. Okay, now some of you said stop it. It's because you're trying to make that sound, but it doesn't. It actually makes a T sound. Stopped, stopped. Can you say that? Stopped. Good, stopped. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to explain why these words work the way that they do. So if the base verb ends in T or D, like chatted, needed, we add an extra syllable, ED or ID. So chatted or needed. Good, so it's either an ED or ID sound, very, very similar. Okay, if the verb ends in any voiced sound except D, we add a voice ending D. So cried, viewed, moved. Good. If the verb ends in any voiceless sound except T, we add a voiceless ending T. So stopped, walked, laughed, matched. Okay, now I've used those terms voiced and voiceless. I know that's confusing. The video is going to explain it much better, but I want you to take your 2 fingers, put it on your vocal cords and go. Okay, notice there's no vibration. Now do ba, 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 ba. See how it vibrates? Voice and voiceless has to do with that vibration. The video you're going to watch explains it extremely well, and we will be going over that again so that you have a better understanding as we work on this and work our way up on the complexities of this. Okay. Okay, now just to confuse you even more, no, I think you guys are doing just fine. There are some verbs, pronunciation of verbs and adjectives ending in ED that break the rules, meaning that the verb of the word sounds different than the adjective. So let me give you some examples. A verb is blessed. He's blessed. T sound. But an adjective, have a blessed day. Blessed. It changes. You wouldn't say have a blessed day. Okay, learned. He learned something in school. An adjective, he was a learned scholar. Now we go to the ed. Age and aged. And that's not very common, but it is pronounced differently if it's used as an adjective. Beloved or beloved. He is beloved by his friends. He is my beloved dog. A little different. Okay, dogged and dogged. Different sound, the ed. When it's used as an adjective, you pronounce the ed in the word. So I know that makes it kind of confusing. And this extra syllable pronunciation only happens with a very limited group of words. And those are the main ones that I just told you. There's also it's confusing because there's also some verbs that end in ed that aren't pronounced differently, like tired. As an adjective, it's still tired. Surprised, stays surprised. Bored, stays bored. Confused, worried. These are the exceptions, and there's not that many of them, but you do need to be aware of them because you will be hearing them and having to choose which one is the correct one. Okay, you guys have done great, and now it's time to do your quiz.